Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about various offenses which can be committed against women. Modesty to a woman is of utmost importance. It is said to be outraged by such an act which shocks and recognizes as an insult to the female decency and dignity. IPC deals with the offenses of outraging the modesty of an offense via section 354 and 509 of IPC. These sections aim to protect the woman against any kind of indecent or filthy behaviors by other which is derogatory to her modesty. This offense is not just against the individual but also against the society and public morality. Therefore, if any person uses criminal force upon a woman with an intention to outrage the modesty of a woman, he is deemed to be punished with an imprisonment of not less than 1 year, which may even extend to 5 years with fine. Used Section 354A, which specifically addresses sexual harassment. This includes a variety of unwanted sexual behaviors, such as physical contact, requests for sexual favors, or showing pornography against the woman's wishes. Apart from that, Section 354B of IPC makes it a penal offense if a person assaults or uses criminal force to a woman with the intention to disrobe her. According to the section 354B of the Indian Penal Code, any man who assaults or uses criminal force or abets such an act on a woman with the intention of disrobing or compelling her to be naked can be imprisoned for 3 to 7 years along with fine. Voyeurism is another disturbing crime to be committed against the woman. According to the section 354C of IPC, any man who watches or captures the images of a woman's private act or disseminates such images without her consent can be imprisonment for 1 to 3 years on first conviction and 3 to 7 years on subsequent conviction along with fine. For the purpose of this section, private act includes any act in a place with a reasonable privacy and involving exposure of genitals, posterior, or any act that is not originally done in public. For the purpose of being convicted under section 354C, the accused must be a male, and he must either watch or capture the image of a woman doing some private act. And the circumstances should be like that she has the expectation of not being observed by the perpetrator or any other person. And the accused disseminates that image that he has taken. Stalking is another offense to be committed against a woman. Section 354D of the Indian Penal Code deals with the offense of stalking. Stalking involves persistent and unwanted attention, monitoring, or contact with another person, primarily targeting a woman, is recognized as a criminal offense in order to protect their safeguards and dignity. Sexual offenses relating to the rape constitute an altogether different kinds of crime, which is the result of a perverse mind. Those who commit such crimes are psychologically sadistic persons, exhibiting that tendency in rape forcibly committed by them. Rape is not only a crime, but it is such an obnoxious act of highest degree which violates the right of privacy and sanctity of a female. Apart from being a dehumanizing and perverted act, it is also an unlawful interference in the personal life of a woman, which is an intense blow on her honor, dignity, reputation, and self esteem of a woman. This outrageous crime is not only a physical injury to the victim, but also a mental injury along with a scar that leaves for life. 5 of IPC defines the offense of rape, and Section 376 prescribes the punishment for it. Section 376D lays down the punishment for gang rape. When a woman is raped by more than one person acting in furtherance of a common intention, each of them shall be liable for the offence of rape and shall be punished with rigorous imprisonment for not less than 20 years, which may extend to lifetime imprisonment and fine. Marriages in India are considered as holy union and a sacrament. But despite the sanctity attained, attached to the institute of marriage, there might be possibility of harassment or cruelty. Section 498A of IPC is enacted with the aim to protect women subjected to cruelty by her husband or the relative of the husband. Whoever, being the husband or the relative of the husband of a woman, subjects such woman to cruelty shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years and shall also be liable to fine. Cruelty for the purpose of this section means any willful conduct which is of such nature that it is likely to drive the woman to commit suicide or to cause grave injury or danger to her life, limb, or health. It also includes harassment of a woman, where it includes coercing her to meet any unlawful demand by her husband or the relative of her husband. Dowry deaths are a type of gender based violence that persists in many regions of the world, including India. In response to this issue, the Indian government enacted Section 304B of IPC. It makes dowry death a very serious crime. A dowry death is defined in this provision as the death of a woman caused by burns or physical harms during 7 years of marriage if it can be demonstrated that the death was caused by cruelty or harassment by her husband or his family in connection with the demand of dowry. Dowry death is a very serious issue in India, where the practice of giving dowry to the groom's family is so much prevalent. It is rooted in patriarchal attitudes where women are viewed as an economic burden to their families and prioritizes the interest of men over women. If all the essentials are fulfilled under Section 304 of IPC, then the burden of proving shifts from prosecutor to accused to prove his innocence.